So if you've been thinking about ordering a Kiesel guitar, chances are you've run across something called an option 50. So the question we want to ask today for this topic of discussion is an option 50 right for you, and is an option 50 worth the risk? Let's talk about it. Okay, so let's go and hop on over to the Kiesel guitar website. You can see there is a tab on the far right hand side, gives you a general overview as far as what type of options would make your build an option 50. So to put it as simple as possible, any type of special off menu option, really anything that deviates from your standard range of options is of course going to put you into that special category of an option 50. So with that being said, you do have access to different unique exotic woods, things you would not typically find on the builder, various other options in terms of maybe different specifications, as well as special finishes. So carefully read and review this set of guidelines if you're thinking about getting an option 50. Now, in my personal experience, I've done 2 option 50 builds. One of them you guys saw a while back. It was the Kiesel Osiris Multiscale 6 in a 7A Zerakote top wood. Super nice. You guys saw in that video, I was very pleased, very happy with the results. A special top wood picked out by Jeff. I think that it was a phenomenal selection of wood. I definitely feel like I got my money's worth. In this particular instance, because I paid the 7A master grade charge, I was able to provide like a reference photo to kind of showcase an example of kind of what I was looking for as far as like a picture of a previous Zerakote build. So I really felt like they did a great job getting me very close to the reference photo, which you got to bear in mind, we're talking a unique piece of wood. No 2 pieces are exactly the same. So to get that close, I really think this was definitely a solid accomplishment. I feel that I was definitely taken care of by the guys over at Kiesel Guitars. And you guys might have seen I just posted a little quick teaser of this guitar. This is a Kiesel A2. This is a very interesting finish, another option 50 off menu option. This one is done by Jeff Kiesel himself. This finish is called Venom. So as you can see, it's like this really beautiful, it's like this denim, and it's got like this crazy kind of like yellow sort of burst that kind of mixes in with that blue. And as you guys can see, I mean, it's absolutely stunning. I mean, I've never really seen any other company really offer any kind of finish quite like it. Show you guys the back. In order to get a finish like this, you would need to upgrade your top. This example right here actually would be what they call a 5A top. So basically your standard 4A, then you have your 5A, then your 7A, which would be a master grade top. In order to get these Jeff finishes, you obviously would need to upgrade. I do think this is pretty reasonable. I mean, if you're the boss man, right, it's your name on it, you want to be able to give the best possible outcome as far as, you know, showcasing that special hand finish. You're going to obviously want to have like your best canvas to work with, and that's going to come with an upgraded top. So again, you're not going to be able to get this on like a basic standard 4A top. It's going to be 5A or 7A. Now, in this particular instance, this 5A top, which honestly, if I didn't know, I would probably assume this was a master grade top. Just looking at like just the intensity of that flame. I mean, very tight, aggressive flame pattern there. I really think this is a really fantastic specimen. I actually picked this up during a Pick Your Top live session. If you guys have never done one before, they do them a couple times a year. Basically, they'll have a variety of top wood set up in a live, basically purchase event. So Jeff will go through all the different tops. You got to do the usual 858 guitars, call my guys, and you got to be ready, have your specifications like super ready to go. Make sure you're quick. You definitely don't want to hesitate, because these tops, I mean, you'll see how fast they sell. It's actually it's pretty exciting. So I was able to claim this 5A top, which normally would have been $500. I got it for the standard price of $250, and of course all the different options and specifications. This was a special finish, so again, obviously additional charge from there. So in my two experiences with off-menu option 50 stuff, I mean, I have no complaints. I'm extremely well satisfied going the natural build route as well as like a crazy, custom shop, Jeff finish. I think that like when it comes to choosing a finish, of course, you can go on their website. They've got different examples. Look at some different galleries. If you're thinking about whether it be a monster burst or a fire finish or a venom finish, any of those special Jeff to do finishes, I mean, you pretty much already know what you're going to be getting, right? I think where people get themselves into a tough spot is when they try to do things that have never quite been done before. For example, if you're looking at doing a one-off color, right? Something that's never been attempted, something that Kiesel has never offered. If you inquire about a color match finish, right? So maybe you attach a photo from another finish from like a different company, which I think it's pretty cool that they're even willing to take on that kind of work as far as a custom one-off build. But it's got to be fully understood by the customer that that is obviously going to be a one-off finish. There's going to be no return, no exchange. That's obviously going to be your guitar. I know people have sometimes some mixed feedback. A lot of times it comes down to your personal taste and your expectation. For me, I'm not one to get too deep as far as like uncharted territory. I'm not the kind of person where I don't want to like pull a type of business that offers a product or service too far into uncharted territory or trying to ask someone to do something that maybe has never been done before, right? I don't really want to feel like the guinea pig, especially when I'm throwing down, 3-4 grand on some crazy build. I want to have confidence that what I'm getting, that it has been done before, right? Now, I'm not saying don't go for it. You just have to be fully aware, completely understand that when you're getting into some type of option 50, like a one-off build, some crazy finish, a photo match that, well, that's going to be it. That's your guitar, whether you're happy with it or not. Now, I know a lot of people feel like that's mean, it's not fair, right? But look, you got to understand, you're ordering something custom, right? Made to order to your individual taste. These companies are in business to make a profit, right? So, you got to understand that when they're going to invest a lot of time, energy, and resources into putting together something that's, super far outside the regular menu, that they just can't afford to take that thing back, because it's a one-off order. They're probably not going to be able to turn around and sell it to somebody else, right? So these are all just different things that you need to take into consideration when looking at an option 50. But again, super, super impressed with this Venom A2. Got the matching headstock on there as well. I think it came out really, really fantastic. No complaints as far as how this guitar came out. I mean, I don't think that a lot of people necessarily know about this finish. There's not a ton of examples. I can't say I've seen it done that many times, but the few I was able to find, I was definitely pretty well impressed. And I knew that with the right type of wood, the right combination, that it was gonna look sick. So we've talked about different types of finishes within the realm of option 50. Now let's talk about getting into some different woods. Now, I know one of the most popular options would be the Pale Moon Ebony fretboards. You guys have probably seen a variety of different companies offer these types of fretboards. Pale Moon Ebony can be extremely beautiful as far as just all the different swoops and swirls. You get everything from those kind of sort of creamier like tan areas to those like different like black streaks and all that kind of stuff. And I do think that if you're going to go with a Pale Moon board, I really think you're going to want to pay the premium and just upgrade to the master grade. And the reason I say that is because I've definitely seen a lot of basic Pale Moon boards, and sometimes even though you're spending, a few $100, you might get like a large sort of chunky black blob, which in my personal opinion, I'm just not a huge fan of. So if you're wanting something a bit better, a little bit, perhaps a little more consistency as far as like all the figuring, I really would say you're probably gonna wanna throw down and just pay the premium to get the master grade Pale Moon. So I think that's definitely probably one of the most risky options within the world of option 50, just because you don't know exactly what you're gonna get. So I would highly recommend look up a bunch of examples before you make that type of decision, because it's gonna be very expensive, it's gonna take a long time, and you wanna make sure that you have a good idea as far as what you're going to be getting for your money. I've never really had peace about like doing a pale moon, so that's why I haven't done one. Not saying I won't ever do a pale moon board, but again, these are just some kind of things to keep in mind. Just there's just such a just dramatic variety, between different pieces. So again, something to keep in mind. Another example would be like a Buckeye Burl. We all love Buckeye Burl. All of us geeky guitar wood enthusiasts. I've really seen some Buckeye Burls where, they're absolutely jaw-dropping. You can see some like crazy patterns in there. Sometimes you'll see a Buckeye Burl where it almost kind of has like a face in there, which can be really neat. Some guys will go like with a finish, without a finish, going more the natural route, which is kind of more along the lines of what I would do with a Buckeye. But sometimes you'll get more cream, sometimes you'll get more gray, sometimes you'll get one that's got more voids or less voids. So just something to bear in mind, just because no two pieces of wood are exactly alike. And once you deviate from that standard menu option, that's going to be your guitar, man. So you are stuck with it. That's going to wrap it up for today, guys. Share your Option 50 experience in the comments section down below. Guys, please keep in mind, as always, I'm just an everyday customer. I'm an average bedroom guitar enthusiast. I'm in no way affiliated with Kiesel Guitars. I'm just here to share my thoughts and experiences to help you guys make your decisions about your gear. Well, that's going to wrap it up. Thank you guys as always. Stay tuned for more updates, more content. We'll be sure to do another review on the A2, and I'll see you guys.